Is Marvel exploiting mental disorders for shock value, or are they genuinely exploring a challenging aspect of reality? We take a look at how mental health conditions are depicted in the Marvel Universe, particularly through the lens of 10 well-known characters, and analyze the threat they have and can pose. While several of the characters on this list have multiple mental conditions, we will be focusing on what has been portrayed as their primary factors driving their actions, and then rank them based on their propensity for violence and their traditional level of threat they've posed to the Marvel Universe. So, no superpowers for you, Frank Castle. Number 10. Moon Knight. Moon Knight's mental instability arises from a traumatic childhood event, leading to dissociative identity disorder. His mind houses multiple personalities as a coping mechanism. Moon Knight's actions tend to be localized, making him less of a global threat, even as an avatar for the Egyptian god of the moon, Khonshu. Number 9. Deadpool. Deadpool's psychological challenges are a direct consequence of his regenerative healing factor. He battles severe psychosis, including conditions like ADHD, schizophrenia, and peculiar phobias like cows and clowns. Despite his unpredictable and eccentric behavior, Deadpool's actions are usually driven by personal motives rather than a desire to inflict widespread harm. Number 8. Punisher. Frank Castle's extreme penchant for violence and PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, stem from a traumatic past that includes military service and the tragic loss of his family. Combine this with the brain damage he suffered from being shot in the head during this event. These all lead to constant flashbacks, reliving his family's murder over and over again, contributing to his severe PTSD. His focus primarily remains on taking down criminals, and his lack of superhuman abilities limits the scale of harm he can cause on a global level. Number 7. Typhoid Mary. Like Moon Knight, Typhoid Mary also suffers from dissociative identity disorder, which developed as a response to childhood abuse. She possesses psionic powers, including telekinesis, pyrokinesis, and telepathy, alongside one of her personalities being a skilled assassin. While her mental instability makes her unpredictable, her impact typically stays within the realm of street-level conflicts. Number 6. Wolverine. Wolverine's struggle with post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, is a direct result of numerous traumatic experiences, including his involvement in the Weapon X program, participation in various wars, and the loss of friends and family, some at his own hand. His heightened regenerative abilities leads to a prolonged lifespan, compounding the psychological toll on his psyche. While he can become a formidable opponent, Wolverine's actions tend to align more with heroic ideals, thanks in no small part to Professor X's training. Number 5. Carnage. Carnage's psychopathic tendencies trace back to a disturbing childhood filled with violence. That includes the murder of his own abusive grandmother and others. As an adult, Cletus Cassidy became a notorious cannibalistic serial killer, resulting in his arrest and imprisonment at Rikers Island. He often boasts of killing even more people than officially recorded. Combined with the destructive potential of the symbiote, he poses a significant threat to anyone unfortunate enough to cross his path. Number 4. Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch's mental instability became evident during the Avengers Disassembled and House of M storylines. A severe emotional trauma triggered her psychotic break, which manifested when she lost her children. In a tragic twist, these children were magical constructs created from the essence of the demon Mephisto. While Scarlet Witch's reality-altering powers had the potential to cause widespread chaos, her actions aren't always driven by a desire to harm the world intentionally. Number 3. Legion, Professor X's son, grapples with a fractured mind, hosting multiple personalities, each endowed with unique powers. This mental complexity traces back to a traumatic event during his youth, when terrorists attacked his home. Legion's inner turmoil is a constant battle, with each of his personas representing a different facet of his power and psyche. Despite his potential for great harm, it's the ongoing struggle within his fractured mind that keeps him primarily focused on personal challenges and localized conflicts rather than posing a global threat. Number 2. The Hulk. The Hulk's intermittent explosive disorder, linked to a troubled past marred by abuse by his own father, which continues to haunt him, results in uncontrollable fits of anger and destruction. The immense destructive force he wields has the potential to transcend borders, making him a living powder keg, with the capability to trigger incidents of global significance, leaving governments and organizations scrambling to contain the fallout. Number 1. Sentry. Sentry's complex history as both a hero and villain is marked by a fractured psyche that led to schizophrenia, along with the looming presence of the sinister void within him. His extraordinary abilities, comparable to 1,000,000 exploding suns, pose a significant threat. When Sentry's mental stability crumbles, the malevolent entity known as the Void emerges, leaving a trail of widespread chaos in its wake. This makes Sentry not only one of the most mentally unstable, but also one of the most perilous characters in the entire Marvel Universe. At the end of the day, Marvel has tackled mental health issues in a variety of ways. Opinions on these portrayals diverge. Some see them as potentially exploitative or insensitive, while others view them as an attempt to raise awareness and destigmatize these crucial topics. The verdict on whether Marvel Comics exploits mental health hinges on factors like the particular storyline, how mental health issues are depicted, and individual viewpoints. It's worth noting that the portrayal of mental health in media, comics included, is a nuanced and subjective matter. I believe that shedding light on mental health is a step in the right direction. However, we should also be considerate and empathetic toward those who are engaged in exploring this exceptionally complex subject. Thank you for joining us at Bite Size Geek. If you haven't already, give us a like and subscribe. It helps us out tremendously. Thanks. Catch you next time.